Today I wanted to share with you what my fifth grader is doing for his curriculum along with classical conversations. So first I wanted to start off showing you his workspace because I think it's really fun to see how other people set up their space. So this is my fifth grader's desk. This whole desk system and the drawer system and the drawers and the chairs are from IKEA. And I just have put all three of them together. They're not connected underneath at all because I do want the freedom to move them around if I would like. But this is typically our setup. I've labeled the drawers for my own sake, let's be honest. It's not for my kids. But here's all of our supplies in this drawer and kind of our daily stuff. It's not actually his daily notebook this year, but it's just daily things that he does. His math, his language arts, and then down at the bottom it's like Spanish and miscellaneous. I do want to show you inside here. I just got this holder from Walmart, and I know that the Container Store has some really cool ones, but this just holds all of his dry erase, his markers. He has his own set of thin ones and his scissors, his little stapler, all those kinds of things. I don't know where these poker chips came from. I think they were his sister's and we used them for counting, so no worries, we're not playing poker around here yet. And then this is a slap bracelet ruler. And then the rest of these drawers, I'm actually going to pull it out and just show you what we do on a daily basis. So this is the daily schedule. I actually got this template from Confessions of a Homeschooler. She always does really colorful, cool templates. It is a 5-day layout, and we do go to classical conversations on Friday, but it's no worries. I kind of like that he sees that layout and sees that it's coming. So this top block right here is what we do all together. The news is CNN 10. That is something we watch together every day. Our CC review, we do that all together. And then we do our Bible all together. And I'll show you that Bible curriculum here in just a second. And then I'll explain the rest of it after that. So our Bible curriculum this year is this: Who is God and Can I Really Know Him? You guys have probably seen this if you follow me on Instagram or watched any of my videos from last year. This is my oldest son's notebooking journal, and it's really cool. It has different things, like this was a little envelope thing they made. So it's not like that every day. It's most of the time just writing and things like that. But this is really cool. So he keeps that in the same drawer with his daily schedule. Also in that same drawer, we have his geography trivium table. This is from, obviously, Classical Conversations. It says it right there, but it is a great way for them to test themselves. It lists out by week which states and capitals they need to know. And then on the one side, whoops, they have the physical features and things that we'll actually be doing the second part of CC. And then there's a couple colorful maps. And then on the other side, this is what we've been using as of late. And this is just all the states and capitals. They call this a black line map. It's all the states, not capitals. But they call this the black line map. And so we just go and trace it, or we put little Cheerios or whatever on there. And that's kind of what he uses. So that brings us back to typing and scratch. So I do this every other day. I alternate scratch and typing. For typing, we use Keyboarding Without Tears. Also, we use Dance Mat Typing. It's a free website, whereas Keyboarding Without Tears costs about $10 for the year. Scratch is just a book that we have. It's this book through Usborne, and it's just coding for beginners. And it starts out with really easy different things. They go to this website and they do these first little steps here. They have these little things called sprites. I really enjoy this book. My 8-year-old does this as well. The next thing we do is handwriting. And what we're doing for handwriting this year is also through Classical Conversations. This is the Cursive Book, and it's the math one. Let me get the front for you. Because my 10-year-old is still not real great with his cursive, and so I just wanted him to get better at that this year. So this is a pre-scripts book. It's math terms, and it's cursive words and drawing. He sometimes does the drawing, but for the most part, it's just really great cursive practice for him. And it's kind of fun math, too, just a reiteration of what he's actually learning in math, so kind of a fun one. The next thing you'll see on here is his math drill, write out his times tables, and math lesson. So this is what I put on for his math drill. I just copy the page out of his Saxon 6.5. It's a separate little book that comes with it, and I just copy this out of here, and it's either division or multiplication facts. So it's just laying on the top, like in his drawer like this. So he knows to grab that and just start on that. And then we'll go over the mental math part and the new piece to his lesson together in this. And I bought this used, so it's probably not the newest version. And then for his writing out his math facts, or his multiplication facts, his times tables is what I'm trying to say. We bought these cards. They are from Classical Conversations, and they are kind of just the commutative law, where it shows it 8 times 14 and 14 times 8. So he either goes over those or he writes them out on his whiteboard. So we kind of alternate between those. And then we go ahead, and then he goes ahead and starts on his math lesson. The next thing you'll see on here is Spanish practice. And that is something that they go to a Spanish class actually on Thursday. So we just alternate and practice Spanish flashcards. And we also watch some YouTube videos that our Spanish teacher has sent out to us that is good pronunciation. So we actually watch some of those, and all three of my kiddos usually do that together at some point during the day. Unless he's going over flashcards, then he does that on his own. Then spelling, we actually use the spelling that is recommended for essentials. It's called Spelling Plus. So what I do is I actually copy the page from the book and put it in this sleeve so he can just copy this with a fine-tipped dry erase marker, and he goes through and he practices these on his own. And then what I do is, this is where I get the spelling words, and then what I do is I do some dictation sentences. And I didn't know there was this dictation book until this year, and it says it's grades 1 through 6. And so what you do is you can come through for a week, and whatever list, it has some sentences that use the spelling words in them. So you can just dictate those to your kids and they can write them out. And I really appreciate that because we are needing to up our spelling game. And so I appreciate the dictation piece that goes along with Spelling Plus. Then we do our Memory Master review. We're pretty dry with that. We haven't started using the app, but we might, that Classical Conversations came out with. But for the most part, we just go through it and review. There's not too many weeks under our belt right now, so we actually usually do all of the review during our CC time together in the morning. Because I don't require my other two to go back and review much, just like listening to CDs in the car and such like that. But my older one, because he does strive for Memory Master, he does that on his own. Then he needs to pick his presentation topic for Friday, and each day I have it broken down. So he just needs to pick the topic on Monday. Then he needs to come up with 6 points for it, and he can do that over these 2 days and kind of research it if he needs to. And then he can practice his presentation at the end of this time, and then he recites it for us on Thursday. And then the last bit is essentials, and I'll show you what we do there. So this is going to look different for many different people, but this is kind of how we have our essentials binder set up. I just have a notebook, and I have all of his vocab right here, and this is our EEL vocab, and I'm not sure exactly where I got these cards. Then he has his quid et quo and his charts folder right there. These are just tickets from an incentive program that we have going on in our Essentials class. But this is the checklist that actually our Essentials tutor came up with, but it's basically what we do every day. So we do our keyword outline on Monday, or finish it up, and then we go over and review our charts, write our charts. Then we go over the vocab words for IEW. And then for EEL, we practice our sentence parsing. And then on every day added to that, we do this daily grams. And my son is 5th grade, but I felt like we kind of, we did some editing last year, but it covers a lot of those editing things that I really want him to learn. And then day 2, we write our rough draft, and we do charts and vocab and a sentence parsing again. Then we add our dress ups, again, do all of those same things. And then we finalize our paper, do charts, vocab, and our EEL practice. And again, we do daily grams every day. So that is typically what we do. And then they get tickets for that. I have to sign it at the end of the week. I just kind of have this organized that might be for another video. Let me know if you guys want to see how we have our notebook set up, but I know this video is already getting long. So that is typically what we do in a day for CC and what we add to it on our own.